Hey y'all, so I just want to talk to you for a little bit, okay? So this is another Gettin Real with Ashleydawn car chat. I'm being super safe. My eyes are on the road. I'm not looking at the camera. God has called you to be you, okay? My name is Ashleydawn. It's one word. A lot of people try to change my name, but it's one word. It's Ashleydawn. It's all together. So God hasn't called me to be Susie. God hasn't called me to be Sarah. God hasn't called me to be you if you're watching this. God has called me to be Ashleydawn. Now, Ashleydawn has some shortcomings. She has some things that she's not good at. She also has some things that she's very good at and she's very passionate about. One of those things is sharing the love of Jesus with everybody that I meet and those that I don't meet. One of the things is loving people like Jesus does. That's something that really matters to me. Encouraging. I love to encourage. It literally is like me breathing to encourage people. And if I can't encourage people, it's like I'm not breathing. Like it's very difficult for me. So all that to say, God hasn't called me to be anything other than who He's called me to be. Can I encourage you? He hasn't called you to be anyone other than He's called you to be. He hasn't called you to be your neighbor. He hasn't called you to be your doctor. He hasn't called you to be your best friend or, insert person that you admire or you think highly of. He's only called you to be you. So I don't know about you, but that really takes a lot of the pressure and a lot of the burden off of my life when I realize God hasn't called me to be somebody that I'm not. He doesn't want me to stress over my insecurities. He doesn't want me to stress over the areas that I think I lack. It says in the Bible that we lack no good thing. God withholds no good thing from us that we're supposed to have, right? It's like they always say, like, oh, you got a couple screws loose, or there's a couple screws lying on the workbench, meaning, when you were assembled, there was things that were left out. When God made you, He didn't leave anything out. He didn't forget to put anything on you or put anything in you. He didn't forget. He didn't make a mistake. He didn't order the wrong thing. God created you intricately, on purpose, by design, with design, for design. And every single thing in you, on you, and around you is there because He called it to be, right? I have curly hair because He gave me curly hair. I have freckles because He gave me freckles. I have brown eyes because He gave me brown eyes. I'm trying to think of I'm short. I'm 4'11", 5 foot with shoes on. He made me that height. Do I need to try to be taller? No. Sometimes I do try to be taller and I wear high heels. But He hasn't called me to be taller. He hasn't called me to have blue eyes. He hasn't called me to have blonde hair. Now, can we change those things if we want to? Yes. But should our identity be found in those things? No. My identity shouldn't be found in even the things that He created as He created them. My identity goes far beyond the way that I look. I posted a thing the other day to Facebook and it said, your beauty can't be measured by visual standards. Meaning, it's very easy for us to say, oh, she's beautiful. Oh, she's gorgeous. She's stunning. That's great. You got a pretty face. Way to go. But what's inside? What's deep down in your heart? What's deep down in your soul? That's where the good stuff is, right? So I just want to encourage you to spend time cultivating inner beauty, to spend time trying to be a better person, trying to love more, trying to be more kind. Now, of all times, with everything that's going around in the world, now is the best time to be more kind, to be more loving, to be more compassionate, to be more understanding, to be more patient, not to rush, not to honk your horn when somebody doesn't go as soon as the red light turns green, not to push people in line and push people in your cart, and not to always think about me. Let's look out and let's say, what can we do for the people around us, right? It's very difficult right now. People are stressed. People are losing their jobs. People are sick. People are dying. Are we being compassionate to the people around us? Are we showing God's love to the people around us? Are we helping to make the lives of those we love better? Are we using the time that we've been given, the gift of time that we've been given, to help the people in our lives, to be a blessing to somebody, to encourage somebody? God hasn't called you to be somebody else, but He has called you to be who you are. So who are you? What natural giftings do you have? Are you a writer? Write someone a note. Are you a singer? Sing someone a song. Are you a musician? Pull out your guitar and go in your driveway and just start playing music and see if it blesses somebody. Are you an artist? Paint a picture for someone. Are you a cook? Cook some food for somebody. Cook some food for your neighbor. Obviously, if you're sick, don't do any of those things. But if you're healthy, cook a meal for someone. Bless someone. Yes, you can do the right way, but you can still bless someone. No, you don't have to talk to somebody in person, but you can call them on the phone and talk to them. You can ask them how their day is. You can ask them about themselves. Go out of your way and message a friend that maybe you don't know very well. Get to know them better. Now is the best time to get to know your friends. Maybe we don't know everything we think we do. Maybe we've had a friend for 12 years and we've never had a phone conversation with them. Call them on the phone. Ask them for their number. If they don't want to, that's fine, but maybe they do. Maybe they could be the best friend ever. Maybe you would get to know someone and be like, wow, they're really an awesome person. But how will you know if you never talk to them on the phone? How will you know if you never have a conversation with them? Now we have nothing but time. We're not going places. We're not busy. We don't have overbooked schedules. Get to know some people. The greatest gift you can give someone, honestly, is time. So spend some time. Write them a poem. Message them. Call them. FaceTime them. Zoom them. Do something to make the people in your life realize how special they are. Send thank you cards out. Do something special. Send them a virtual gift card. Cash app them some money. Do something. Whatever you have the ability to do, do that, right? Like in the beginning of this video, I said, God hasn't called you to be somebody you're not. If you're struggling financially, God hasn't called you to send people money. Maybe He has, but maybe that's just between you and Him. If you're not a good cook, don't cook nobody food. Because if it ain't good, they're not going to want it anyway. If you're not a good singer, maybe don't sing. But if you are, or if you want to, then do it. What do you have to lose? I just look at my life and I look at all the gifts that we've been given, and yeah, it's a difficult time. Yeah, things are kind of crazy right now. Yeah, this is not the ideal situation that any of us would like to be living in. But God has placed us here for a specific reason in this specific time period, to be a light and to be a blessing. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, the light will shine in the darkness and the darkness will not overcome it. And I just look around at what we're currently in, right? The things that we're currently going through, the life that we're currently living in, the situations we're facing, and they look pretty dark. They look pretty depressing. They look pretty sad. But guess what? You're in them. And you're not sad and you're not depressing. You're a light that shines in the darkness. And the darkness cannot overtake you. So keep shining. Shine even brighter in the darkness, Stars shine brighter when it's dark outside because you can see them more. Well, maybe this is a perfect opportunity for the world around you to see you shining because it's so dark. This is a perfect opportunity for the people in your life to receive a special blessing when it looks dark all around them. And then they see you shining and they say, oh wow, life isn't so bad. There is something to hope for. There is something to dream for. I don't have to be depressed. I don't have to live in fear. I can hope. I can look on the bright side. I can see God moving in my life. We are faced with really awesome times. And no, I'm not saying that I like what's going on, but I am saying that God put us here for a reason. And maybe that reason is He knew that we would be vessels of His love and His light. You know how special a candle is in the darkness when people can't see? Have you ever had your power turned off? Maybe by an electrical storm, maybe by a hurricane, maybe by not being able to pay the bill and the lights turn off? How excited are you when those lights come back on? I live in Florida. We go through hurricanes all the time. And there's been times, months, Charlie, Irma, I could name a million hurricanes, where the power goes off. It doesn't even have to be a hurricane. It could be a heavy rainstorm in rainy season, which is summer, and the power will get knocked out. But guess what? When that power comes on, me and my mom are shouting hallelujah so loud the neighbors can hear it. Maybe God has placed you to be a power source in a dark environment, so that when people see you coming, when people see the light that's shining from you, they'll shout hallelujah so loud their neighbors will hear it. God's got a purpose for you, and you don't have to be anything other than who He's created you to be. He will use you right where you are, just as you are. You don't have to dress it up. You don't have to dress it down. You just have to be you, your authentic self. And God will use you. If you say, God, here I am, use me, He will. I promise you that. I just want to encourage you. Be found in Him. Let His light shine in you and be a blessing to the people around you. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. Bye.